everyone, welcome to week 2 of our financial class with Dave Ramsey in the Financial Peace Planner book. I hope week 1 was good and not too stressful for you guys. I hope you filled out your charts from last week and it sets you up for this week too, because we're going to be using that, like I said before, every week we will be filling out those charts. The Peace Tracker. So be sure to fill those out every week. So pick a day that works for you, again, to watch these videos, to rewatch the videos, to do the homework, to read over the lesson plans and all that too. So let's get into it, okay? Week 2, here we go. I hope you guys watched my video called Stuff-itis. It was kind of a funny, meant to be funny. I know a lot of us suffer from a lot of those issues included. I am definitely a guilt shopper. I feel like I need to buy people stuff and I don't know why, but that's just how I am. I want you guys to watch that video to get an idea, because it's exactly almost down to what all of the people he's describing, keeping up with the Joneses. If you sign up for credit cards, or like in the video I have 99% interest rate if you get an advancement on your paycheck. There are people that do that. So we have to stay away from the too good to be true, because it probably is too good to be true. Dave starts us off this week with explaining about one of the gentlemen that called into his show and was explaining how he was in all this debt, he had been laid off, he has the best of the best, he's got stuff-itis bad. So a lot of us suffer from stuff-itis, where we want either the best of the best, or we have stuff and we think we need to buy stuff. One way to keep it under control is to keep perspective on what you own. That's a good one. Keeping perspective on what you own, keeping track of how many things you have. Like in my video, you can't have enough socks. Well, you can. So keeping tally of what you own and figuring out what you really need and what you don't need. Studies suggest between 2 to 8% of Americans have obsessive compulsive shopping habits. For some, shopping is simply a socially acceptable painkiller that may result in a bigger than usual bill and a rift at home. Are you the type where you don't create budgets? If you have the money, you go spend it? Are you the type where you don't like to create lists, or don't like to budget yourself out for certain events, like say for instance Christmas? Take the test. Are you a lazy money manager? Who needs a budget? I keep track of what I spend in my head. I intend to reconcile my bank statement every month, but something always seems to come up so that I can't get to it. How do we get out of this mess that we call our financial issues and woes? How do we get out of this? If you plan to regain control of your finances and build wealth, you have to learn to limit your lifestyle. You have to look at what your income is and determine to live well below that. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take you realizing that money should be a priority. You've already taken the steps to join this group, so you already are in that mindset that priority number 1 should be money. We live in the generation of where we want everything now. Everything's instant gratification. We want, that paycheck right away. We want to be able to buy something for the house right away. We want to be able to give our kids everything we want. So we all kind of have become that society of people where debt is okay. Okay, yeah, sure, like everyone does it, so why not us? College funds too. College is so expensive these days, and it's ridiculous. You gotta start a college fund before you even think about having children, but you're still paying off your college debt. It's stupid. This is what we're gonna do. This is the step into the right direction. You guys are not going to like it. So this week's challenge is put $1,000 in an emergency fund. For this last Thursday, for our Thursday challenge, I asked you guys all to get in your bank statements for the last 3 months. The reason why I did this is because we had Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas in those 3 months. We had all these holidays, and people spend a lot more money during those months preparing for Christmas and for New Year's and all that too. So my challenge to you was to pull up those last 3 bank statements, go through all of them, and tally up the number of dollars that you had spent on extras. So that's not bills, that's not car payment, that is extra money. Like if you go to the bar, you gamble, write those expenses down. If you took cash out for something like that, if you went out to restaurants, if you went out and spent money at a coffee shop, I want you to tally up that entire number from October 1st to December 31st. And that dollar amount is gonna be kind of an eye-opener for you. That's supposed to be kind of a scary number. Is it embarrassing? It probably is, because it was embarrassing for me to see that number. But it's going to lead into what we're talking about this week in week 2 and what your goal is for this week. It's not just going to take you a week to do it. It could take you months to do it. Take that dollar amount and realize what you could do with this challenge. So this $1,000 emergency fund is so that you do not get in a financial bind. Cars break down, kids go to the emergency rooms. Some people don't have insurance, some people don't have dental insurance. You gotta have a tooth pulled. There's $500 right there. This $1,000 is strictly for emergencies only. Dave gives us some pointers in the book on how to save that $1,000. That means no more coffee trips, no more going to the bar. Let's get healthy this year. Challenge yourself. Put this as a priority this month to really get into that mentality that you can save that money. Take some odd jobs. Right now it's snowing here in Elko. Some people are out there making some extra money plowing driveways. Have your kids help out too. What can they do to help? Maybe they want to contribute. He gives us a chart, and it's going to be listed on the lesson plan too for you to be able to download. $1,000 target date. So you have a target date there. So how many months? So look at that last 3 months of money that you extrally spent. Can you use that money towards this $1,000? Probably. It could be a couple $100. It could be more than that. So my target date could be 3 months from now. Okay, in 3 months, I plan on saving this $1,000. Be realistic. Don't set a goal for yourself for 2 weeks from now. Unless you have an odd job coming up and it's gonna be $1,000 worth of income coming in. What can you really cut out of your lives? The extra trips to Ross and Marshall's, the extra trips to Walmart, things like that. Limit yourself on where you're going. Then you will also be doing your charts. The peace tracker, which is your weekly goals. So you'll do the spiritual, relational, physical, and mental. What's your goal for this week? And then set a date that you want to complete them by. All right, guys, so that, I know it's kind of a short chapter, it's kind of a short week, but there's a lot to think about, a lot to do. Again, if you haven't done the bank statement challenge from last Thursday, do it this weekend or do it during the week. If you're at work and you're on your lunch break, print them off and then highlight. That's what I did. I highlighted every single transaction. Save it on your computer and really get in there and look and just tally it up. You're really gonna be amazed at how much extra you spend every month when you really don't need to be spending that money. Let's not suffer from stuffitis anymore. Let's get into the mindset of getting out of thinking that we need things, thinking that we need to have the stuff around to make us happy. So here's your challenge, do it. Again, lesson plans and homework will be uploaded onto the Facebook unit tab. Again, do not skimp, do not fudge, like Dave Ramsey says, on any of these steps. If you think you're already ready to go into the budgeting, you've already saved your $1,000, that's great. Week 3 is going to be a big challenge. We're gonna have to set a budget for ourselves, and this has been one of my biggest things, is budgeting. A lot of us get into it and then we fall short a couple months later. Can't be doing that, or we're right back to square one. So let's do this. Let's continue our great work. I'm so proud of you guys. If you need anything, I'm here. Let's do this. Week 2, you got it. Do your homework, do your lesson plans. I'm here. Reach out to me. All right. Peace. To be spending that money. So let's not stuff our... Welcome to week 2 of our financial wow. My goals were going to be for my spell. Hi, Mom.